This video is sponsored by the American Jail Association, national voice for local corrections. I'm just kidding, they don't sponsor me. But I ordered this hat at a convention I went to last year and it cost a lot of money and took forever to get here, so I figured I'd wear it. Seriously, if you get the chance to check out the American Jail Association, you probably should. They're doing some good things for corrections. Let me ask you a question. If you were drowning, if you were Leonardo DiCaprio and you were at the risk of drowning and dying because Rose wouldn't share the sheet of plywood, if you're at risk of slipping into the cold, dark ocean in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, would you refuse help? Would you keep quiet? Would you not ask for help because others would know? Would discover that you were in danger? Because that's what we do in corrections. And not just corrections, but men, the women, people in general. We're so stubborn we refuse to ask for help and so we drown. Greetings, my fellow frontliners, my fellow guardians of the galleries. I'm William Young, correctional officer turned correctional apologist, and this is my channel. I came across this post where an officer was asking about help, about the employee assistance programs offered by their agencies. And it reads, does anyone else not trust the number the job gives us to talk to someone for mental and emotional help? I feel like they'll tell our lieutenants and captains everything we say. I have a couple of issues with this question, which is really more of a statement than a question. Let me break this down. Unpack this a little bit. I absolutely understand why this officer is asking the question that they're asking. It's a common trope, a trait, mistrust. See, we're told when we begin our correctional career to not trust anyone ever. Staff, inmates, administration, nobody. So we don't. That's why this question is a question. That's why we would rather die than admit that we have a problem. The real problem here is the stigma. Is the institutional practice of saying one thing and doing another. That's not the path we're going down today. So no, we don't trust the resources offered to us by our agency because our agency and our unions trained us to be cynics. So there's that. Plus, we all have a horror story. A time we can recall when someone shared something with someone that they shouldn't have shared with someone they shouldn't have shared it with. So there's that too. But here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. If you needed help, if you were drowning, would you keep quiet for fear that someone would think less of you? That someone would judge you? Would you not utilize a resource designed to keep you mentally well because someone might discover that you're not mentally well? I don't want my business out there. You'd rather go crazy? Stay depressed? Get divorced? Fucking die? You'd rather attempt to conceal what you really feel, what you're going through because you're afraid of losing your job? Huh. Interesting. So here's what I'll say. That's silly. First of all, if you're in need, in crisis, fucking reach out. If you're drowning and there's an opportunity to save yourself, fucking do it. You can get another job. Your kids can't get another father or mother or whatever. There is life after corrections. If it's a matter of life or death, who cares? Who knows what? You either need the help or you don't. This person here says they feel like the therapist would report out. We'll put their business out there to the captains and the lieutenants. We'll tell them everything we say. Nope. He can't do that. By law, they can't do that. Therapists can't report anything unless you sign a release form. Now, if you're mandated to go see a therapist by your agency, the therapist will report to the agency that you were there and that you are able to perform the duties that you were hired to do. They can't say anything else. You're not going to call your captain and tell him that you complained about the unfair promotional practices that are prominent in our profession, or the fact that you're upset because you didn't get promoted and the captain's boyfriend did. They don't do that. They can't do that. They do, they can lose their license. Now, there are some things that they have to report. If you make statements about being actively suicidal, threatening to kill someone, if you report a sexual assault of a child or abuse of an elderly person, they have to report. By law, they have to report. If you threaten the safety and the security of the building, they have to report it. They will most likely report those things to the authorities, not to your shift lieutenant. The bottom line is that unless you are in danger or are a danger, nobody says nothing to no one. Now, I know somebody out there will strongly disagree with this, and that's okay. Let me know in the comments below. Share your perspective respectfully and let's chat about it. I'm not under the illusion that there hasn't been something said somewhere to someone that shouldn't have been. I just feel like maybe we inflate the frequency of that a bit. The other thing I'll say about your business getting out there is that sometimes that comes from you. See, what we do is talk to 15 different people on shift, and then those 15 tell another 15, and so on and so forth. And if you're on night shift, you can double that number. So by the time you finally sit down with a therapist or peer support, everybody already knows. Look, I'm not saying that information doesn't get out. And I'm not saying that there isn't a small chance that your therapist is an unethical shill out to destroy you. I'm just saying that there may have been another source, another avenue. And that avenue may have been you. Look, I've utilized EAP in the past. I've seen a therapist and I've never had anything reported back to anyone about anything. The other option here, if you still don't trust a resource offered by your agency, is to look elsewhere, is to find a therapist on your own. Just get on Google and start looking. They're everywhere. And if you need help finding someone, shoot me an email and I'll see what I can do. People please. If you feel like you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. Reach out. What's the worst that can happen if you do? What's the worst that can happen if you don't? If you liked this video, if you found value in this video, straight punch that little like icon. And check out my book, The Nothing That Never Happened, available on Amazon. And if you're looking for more premium correctional content, check out this video right here. Or this video right here. All right, guys, that's all I got until next time. Be smart, stay safe, stay sane, and we'll talk soon.